Well, hello there, beautiful people, and happy Sunday. So, how are we feeling today? We did lose an hour, so probably tired. So, but either way, we are here, and I am your ST cousin, Sylvia, and welcome back. If this is your first time, welcome. If this is not your first time, welcome back to the ST experience. I'm getting used to this. I'm starting to get really used to this. So, yes. Now, before we jump into this week's chapter, see, I'm getting used to it. Before we jump into this week's chapter, last week I prescribed for you to make one promise to yourself that you were supposed to keep for 3 out of the 7 days. So, raise your hand, and I want you to physically raise your hand. Raise your hand if you did 3 days. Good for you. Good for you. Okay. Raise your hand if you did 2. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. 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 Raise your hand if you did 1. We still gonna clap for you. Raise your hand if you did none. You need to work on that. You need to work on that. You could have did 1. But either way, uh I did 2 of the 3 days, which my thing was to be in bed by 11 o'clock. Now, that's a little hard for me because little Snapple fact, I grew up in like a night owl household where me and my mom would like do my hair at like 10, 11 o'clock at night on like a Friday or a Saturday. So we're blow drying at 1 in the morning and we're just very night owl people, right? So I always say, I am the sun, but I get my energy from the moon. So it's very hard for me to go to bed super early, like 10 o'clock, right? 11 o'clock is actually probably for some people like, oh, that's kind of late. But for me, I'll sleep all night with that. But we did 2 days. Next week, we're going to shoot for 3, probably 4. But we did it. So pat yourself on the back, okay? If you did any of the things, the one thing that you promised yourself. I am very proud of you. I am very proud of you. So, that actually leads us into our chapter for this week, which is recognizing what season of your life you are in with yourself as well as with your skin, right? Because going to bed at 11 o'clock now, even though that seems a little late, I need to start getting to bed early because I'm starting a channel and I've relaunched my business. Link in the bio, by the way. I'm bookable now. But I'm recognizing that the season that I'm in is requiring for me to go to bed at a more appropriate hour, right? So that way I can get up and get shit done. Yeah? Okay. So the chapter for this week we are calling Recognizing the Season That You're In and Knowing When to Let Go of Products, Habits, and Relationships. Yeah. So we're going to start off with 3 ways that we can recognize when it is time to let go of these things, whether it's a product, a habit, a relationship, or whatever, right? While you're in what you feel is a new season for yourself, right? The first is the efficacy of this product or the relationship or the habit has lost its magic, right? It just doesn't work anymore. It's just not giving what it used to give when you first started using it, right? So if it's a hyaluronic serum that you loved when you first got it, but now maybe your skin is a little used to it and it's not working as magically as it used to. Might be time to let that go a little bit, right? Or the relationship that you're in. It used to be butterflies and cupcakes and puppies. And now it's hound dogs and tears, right? I don't know. I'm just saying. However, whatever. The the thing has lost its magic. It's no longer giving you that magical feeling. And feelings and emotions, they do wane, yes. But you know when something is just not working for you anymore. You know. Secondly, it's past the expiration date physically, okay, and then emotionally. So, unlike products where they will actually have an expiration date on it, right? And you know when a product is bad because it'll smell funky. It if your makeup is bad and you had it for too long, that shit will oxidize and it will be terrible. Okay, you know when it's bad. It's not mixing well and you know when it's expired, right? But unlike people in relationships, you don't have a physical expiration date for it. So, what is your energy telling you, right? Is it that subtle, shift in communication, right? Like you don't communicate the way that you used to with each other, right? Or you don't feel the same way that you used to feel when you're around each other. You have to know when things have started to expire. And you can feel that, right? So you have to be honest and say, yeah, this may be past the expiration date, right? Again, doesn't mean that the product is bad. Well, no, in that case, if it has expired, yes, it's bad. But the product itself after it's expired, right? If you wanted to get another one, maybe try something different, right? Maybe this is your sign to say, hey, this expired. Let me, instead of buying the same thing, let me go on ahead and try something new, right? Try another product or two, yeah? And thirdly, this is my favorite. You just want more. You simply desire more from your products, from your relationships, from yourself. You just want more. And it's okay to say, this was great before, but now where I'm at, where I'm going, what I'm trying to do, it's just not working for me anymore. That's okay to say. Don't let nobody guilt you into thinking that it is greedy of you to want more for yourself, especially when you know that you've come upon an entirely new season within your life, right? Be honest about that. Now, since we've identified the three ways, first is it's lost its magic, right? The product, relationship, habit, whatever it is, the magic just isn't there anymore. Okay. Secondly, it's an actual expiration date. Again, unlike products, people don't have physical expiration dates, but you know when something's expired. You can feel it. And third, you just want more. You're desiring more from your products. You're desiring more from the relationship. You just want more. And that's okay because this is what happens in life sometimes. You just want more. So, now that you let me go back to the wanting more. Give yourself permission to want more. If and you should not be waiting for other people to give you permission for your own life, but if you need that, give yourself permission to say, I want more. You are great. This is great, but I just want more. I know that I'm feeling like I'm repeating that, but I feel like that is something that we have to emphasize because society may make you feel like wanting more than what you already have is greedy. And it's not, it's just honest. So it's okay to want more. Give yourself the permission right now in this moment. I want more. Oh, I'm saying that to you because I'm saying that to myself. I want more. Yeah, from everything in my life, even myself. So now that we've identified how we can tell, right, that these things have expired and are no longer good or useful within this season, and also, again, not to say that these things are bad, right? That maybe at some point these things will come back around. But as of right now, in this season, this day, it ain't working. How do we go about excavating that out of our lives, right? First, assess. Be vigorously honest with yourself about what is working, what is not working, and what has not been working, right? Be completely honest about the relationships that you are currently in, whether it's a friendship, a family ship, whatever, even the relationship with yourself, right? Because we have to, everything starts with you. So be honest about where you currently are in your season, identify what season you're in, and being in that season, what is true to what you need right now? What is actually true to what you're trying to achieve in this season? What does that look like for you? For me, right now, it is needing to go to bed on time, right? So that way I can get up and I can get more shit done. It's hard, but the shit got to be done because I want to be true to the season that I'm in. And I don't want to miss out on what is for me because I can't get myself together. So assess the season that you're in and assess the relationships and things that are around you, the products that you're using. Are you still okay? It's spring now, right? Because we talked about this for the last two chapters. Occlusives, right? I will use Vaseline on my skin. Do you think it's smart to use Vaseline in the summertime or even the spring? No, right? So Vaseline isn't bad. It's just right now, it's just not working for us. It's not effective in this season. It still is effective as a product, but it needs to take a back seat to something better within our product line, right? Okay. Next, what I always love to say to my clients, go low and go slow. After you've assessed what season you're in and what needs to be extracted, go low and slow about removing or adding these things in. Don't just all at once, unless you are Miley Cyrus and you want to wrecking ball your whole life. Go off with it. If that's what you want to do, baby, do it. I am here for it. But I don't know how that will turn out for you. And, let me know if that's what you're deciding to do. But realistically, go low, go slow. I always tell clients, and I always will recommend to clients, I'm going to give you 1 to 2 products to try at a time. Because also, if something breaks you out, you done tried 5 new things in a week, and now you broke out, and now you don't know what it was. You can't identify where the problem is. So now you got to stop everything. Go low, go slow. Introduce 1 to 2 new things in this season so that way, or remove 1 to 2 things in this season so that way you can really get into the groove of what you're trying to do and what you're trying to achieve or what you're trying to stop doing. Be realistic with yourself about, excuse me, be realistic with yourself about what needs to be removed, what's most important to remove. If you know that in this season that you want to start introducing vitamin C, great. Introduce vitamin C to your regimen. Try that one, right? And also be aware that sometimes you may try one product, like one version of you may try, say, Dermalogica's vitamin C, but then you try Eminence vitamin C and you don't like it. I always say that there are way too many products on the market for you to just feel like, it's okay. I don't give a shit that you just bought it and how much you paid for it. If you don't love the products that you have, try something else, right? That's just an aside. I love all the products that I put on my skin. and it shows. Okay? So do that, right? Like go low, go slow. Introduce one to two new things at a time, or remove one to two new things at a time. If you know that there is a major relationship that you need to remove from your life, or maybe there's two or a couple, try to do one at a time. Because also, which that will bring us to our next point, is acknowledging, right? Actually acknowledging having to do this and how hard it can be. Like, let's be real. It's not easy to remove people that you love or that you respect or that you cherish from your life, or removing a product that you once loved. You were once in love with this product. You told everybody about it, everything. You bought it for your family, your friends, everything. And now it don't even work for you no more. Grieve that. Hug yourself. Okay? Hug yourself for having to do the hard thing, which would be having the conversation, if y'all want to, if it's required, if it's needed, whatever. You decide what is best for you in your situation. But hug yourself. Give yourself grace in this time to know that you're going to be sad and you might miss it. And you might want to call or text or whatever the case may be. Or you might see something and be like, oh, that reminds me of, or you might smell a certain herbal essence in the air while you're outside. And you might be like, dang, it would be really nice to indulge right now. But you know that you're in a season where that is not conducive to your growth, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. We're all adults here. I hope that there's no children here. So we're all adults. But you just know that it's just not conducive. So, okay, acknowledge that you like it and you did love it and you still love it, but we just gotta let it go. And that's okay to say. Again, hug yourself. Hug yourself for having to do the hard thing, for having to acknowledge and recognize and have the hard conversations, or let go of something that you have been holding on for way too long. It's okay, but give yourself grace to move through that. If you need a day or two to just sit and cry or whatever the case may be, do that. Give yourself that. So that way you can move peacefully through this season in your life without feeling that guilt or stress of did I make or regret. That isn't people don't talk about that enough. Uh you don't want to move. This is also an aside. Don't When I said assess, I meant also to add, really sit down with what needs to be done. Because what you don't want to do is act out of emotion and now you're regretting that. Because usually regret has come from people acting out irrationally, emotionally. For me personally, I'm not super like I'm dramatic. Don't get it twisted. I'm very dramatic. The girls is dramatic. However, I'm not very emotional, especially when it comes to things like that, because I really take into consideration what I'm needing to do for me in my life in this time. So if that means having to just sit with it for a little bit before I make a move or before I have a conversation, then that's what I'm going to do. And normally, I've already detached emotionally and already figured everything out before I put it out in the physical. So make sure that you're not being overly emotional about it. And if you are, don't have, don't do an action right now, right? Let those emotions settle and then move forward. So again, so that way you can forego that feeling of regret, right? So Again, to wrap this up in a little bow because I'm watching our time here. uh assess, right? Assess what actually needs to be done or not done within this season. What season are you in? What is required of you this season? What is this season asking of you to do honestly? Two, okay? Go low and slow. Don't start saying, oh, I got to work out 5 days a week because I'm trying to lose this 50 pounds in 2 months because summer's here. Sit your ass down. It's not realistic. You're not going to maintain it. It's not going to be what you think it is. Okay? So go low, go slow. Do 3 days a week. 3 days. And on the days that you don't do anything, tell yourself that you're going to walk. I'd say that to myself. If I'm not going to go work out, I'm going to go walk. That's what I'm going to introduce, right? That's what I'm going to do. And then third, acknowledge. Acknowledge that this hurts. It's okay to say I'm hurt by this. This hurt my feelings. I feel sad. Like, it's okay to be in your emotion about what needs to be done in this season of letting go, right? Or adding on, right? It may be hard to add in another day of, I don't know, whatever it is, right? It may be hard to add in, it may be hard on you to add in working out. It may be hard to add in drinking tons of water. It may be hard to cut out sugar. Yeah. All right. It's okay. So assess, go low and slow, and acknowledge your feelings, right? Acknowledge yourself in it. So we're at like 22 minutes now. Oh, we're going over something. I'm getting comfortable now, right? We're getting a little bit more comfortable now. So I'm kind of just talking. But since last week I gave you guys like a prescription of to do. I want to call these dittos, right? These are going to be y'all remember dittos that we used to do in school? And if you don't know that, then you might be too young for this channel, possibly. But a ditto was a worksheet. It wasn't like homework, but it was like this quick worksheet just to kind of give you an overview of whatever you did in class, just kind of help you expand a little bit more, right? So our dittos for the week, okay, the ditto for this week will be, what is one thing, person, place, habit, relationship, whatever, one thing that you are wanting to remove in this season, right? What is it that this season is asking you to let go of? I'm not, and it could possibly be add, but what is one thing that this season is asking you to do? I'll say that. That's a better way to say that. What is one thing that this season is asking you to do? Okay. So that is your ditto for the week. And I will see you guys back here next week, 6 p.m. for your pocket sized reset. I kind of like that, right? Like, I kind of. Oh my God. That's it. So I say this to you as I say this to myself because somehow I want to make that a thing, but okay. Um, be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself about what you truly desire and what this season is asking of you. That's it. All right. Okay, beautiful people. Chapter 3 is completed, baby. I am very proud of myself. So, with that being said, beautiful people, again, I will see you back here 6 p.m. next Sunday for your pocket size reset. And have a wonderful week.